Here is Tucker Carlson's new trailer for a documentary special that he is putting forth. It's about how testosterone is declining in men. And now apparently there are some studies about how, like, due to poorer health or increase in obesity, that there's a slight decline in testosterone in men. But
or maybe some pollutants or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Just like lack of environmental regulations probably causing such things. Even though, I mean, this is not. There's nothing dire about this, but he wants to present this as like, look at China. They're all masculine. They treat their men like men, and their armies are so stacked with real men. And here we're debating trans issues. But frankly, I haven't seen something this homoerotic and since the Top Gun volleyball scene. Let's take a look. He has risen.
Do we have theories for what that is?
I will tell you once. Okay. This is apparently it's a tanning of your testicles.
Is that butt sunning?
It's like the right wing equivalent of the what was the phrase of when your butthole gets sun?
Butt sunning, I think.
That's what it's called?
I think so. That's what I heard it does.
Okay, but that was more like spiritual, like guru stuff.
Yeah.
This tanning of your testicles is supposed to increase your testosterone levels, I guess, by getting vitamin D there.
Can we start it over?
Yeah, we can. Vitamin D for the testicles. Get it?
We have to do cow milking.
Yeah.
Once a society collapses, then you're in hard times. Well, hard iron sharpens iron, as they say, and those hard times inevitably produce men who are tough, men who are resourceful, men who are strong enough to
just drinking eggs.
And then they go on to re-establish order.
I'm sorry.
And so the cycle begins.
So this is just like a Rocky training sequence.
You're talking over the important thing, though, where he says
I'm sorry.
These hard men reestablish order.
Right.
Men who are tough, men who are resourceful, men who are strong enough to survive. And then they go on to re-establish order, and so the cycle begins again.
Re-establish order. So, like, it is homoerotic, but it's also fascist.
There's no, exactly, precisely. There's nothing to worry about then. Like, the hard times are going to create a whole bunch of like egg drinking, cow milking Ubermen, and they're going to reestablish order or capitalism. As it, people go hungry as supply chains can't meet the demands. I mean, that's pretty fascinating. I can't wait to. When's that documentary out? Do we know?
We don't know, but
we do have a clip specifically in reference to the testicle tanning. That might have been a little bit of a preview.
Yes, just in case people were unaware of what that device is. Where is that device sold in places? Maybe we should get one for.
Is that an Elon Musk thing?
I don't know. I mean, again, like, I think that this is Tucker Carlson's attempt to more mainstream or shave off some of the Joe Rogan bro science people who are constantly feeling like their masculinity is under some sort of biological threat. That's why you need to drink, bull testicle juice. That's why you need all these supplements. That's why you can't get vaccinated. That's why you're going to be feminized by soy. All of these things is like, it's like this constant anxiety of the atomized white man who feels like their testosterone is under threat.
Yeah.
Plus trans people, scary.
It's been a while since I've been on Tinder, but I wonder how the guys that say I suntan my testicles, they put that on their profile, if that like really is a success for them.
All right, here's an example of that.
You saw in the clip there, if you want to optimize and take it to another level, expose yourself to red light therapy.
Yes.
And the Juve that we were using in the documentary, there's a massive amount
Which is testicle tanning.
It's testicle tanning, but it's also full body red light therapy, which has massive amount of benefits.
It's funny how he'd rather emphasize the full body thing.
Yeah. It's not just the testicles, dude.
It's not just the pointing lasers at our nuts. We do a whole lot of other stuff too that's totally scientific.
Also, the red light therapy is what like the Kardashians use to stay young. So you guys are basically just female influencers, but keep going.
Red light therapy, which has massive amount of benefits. And there's so much data out there that isn't being picked up on or covered.
So obviously half the viewers right now are like, what? That's testicle tanning? That's crazy. But my view is, okay, testosterone levels like crash and nobody says anything about it. That's crazy. So why is it crazy to seek solutions?
It's not crazy to seek solutions. And I think I was recently exposed to a term called bromeopathy. And I think there's a lot of people out there right now that
Bromeopathy.
Bromeopathy?
Mm-hmm.
Just to catch people up, homeopathy is a sort of branch of pseudoscientific quackery where it's like, hey, if you've been poisoned, the solution to that poisoning is a very small amount of that same poisoning diluted to like a millionth of the percentile.
That's not homeopathy.
That's homeopathy.
Really?
Yeah, that's homeopathy. Yeah.
I thought it was more just like take this, vitamin supplement and you're gonna feel better.
No, the fundamental thing behind homeopathy is like cures like. So it goes back to like the 19th century. Like, I mean, hair of the dog is an actual example that works. But say like, you have COVID, we just need to give you a little bit of COVID in this thing like that. But it's been diluted into different, ironically, into different types of pseudoscience. But bromeopathy, I mean, okay, sorry.
Yeah, but it just makes it more masculine.
Let's take this last 10 seconds again.
Why is it crazy to seek solutions?
It's not crazy to seek solutions. And I think I was recently exposed to a term called bromeopathy. And I think there's a lot of people out there right now that don't trust the mainstream information and they're taking.
Yeah. So here's a product that I might I may or may not have a personal stake in putting onto the market. I would imagine that he's really cornered the market on testicle tanning services. So here's how you can be more like a man. Pay $699 and you'll be able to restore your testosterone.
Now, like, I don't know what the actual, maybe we have people in the scientific background that can look up studies on this. I'm looking at a Men's Health article, and it's titled, "I put a giant red light on my balls and tripled my testosterone levels." And it's like, I just don't understand, like, okay, but to what end did you triple your testosterone? What do you do with a triple testosterone level? Even if we grant that this is an accurate thing, like, He's like, my penis grew by like 4 times the size it was before. If that was the case, then you're going to see a run of these red light things. But like, that's the thing, is it doesn't translate like that. Like, what is it? What do you do with that extra? Like, oh, I just felt so fucking manly. My gosh, I'm really watching the fucking Timberwolves game today because I have been my nuts are completely like dark now. This is very strange, but anyway, I'm glad Tucker. That is you're right about what Tucker's doing though. It's just these sort of lost men who, I mean, man, love Jordan Peterson, love Joe Rogan. He sees an untapped market, and the way that he has like an entrepreneurial mind in terms of like the people that he targets. He was ahead of the curve on vaccines, where the rest of the conservative movement was not, in terms of how he can tap into like those kinds of folks. And he's ahead of the curve on the insecure man that wants to make sure that his testicles have a light pink hue, like they were in the sun for a little while. You gotta get some color if you want to get a girl. And look, I color get, down there. I get like the desire to be motivated and like physical ambition. That's good. Like I was so into basketball this weekend, I was doing more push-ups than I typically do, just watching it, just being like, I need to be more like Anthony Edwards. But I understand that there's a limit to that. And like, I guess these guys can't watch basketball because it's too woke or whatever. Man, you need a better outlet than drinking, forcing yourself to swallow eggs and, I guess, tanning your nuts.
Yeah, it's just like really difficult when the entirety of media culture doesn't center you as your own like individual identity as a white man. So you've got to do all these things that like, you know, female influencers and models do essentially. Like this is what this market is. It's a way women have been told to feel insecure about how they look for you know decades at this point, and here's how you're gonna buy this corset to make you pass out, but you're gonna look really skinny, and now you're gonna use Botox and fillers to make yourself look a certain way. But now men get to feel insecure too, so here's how you can tan your ball sack.
Yeah, the cosmetics of like trying to get men to do makeup and stuff like that didn't quite work, but now we can sell them laser beams that they can point at their testicles. So
whew, just stick your balls in a microwave and you can probably save some money. If you're interested.
Guy looks like a total nerd out there in the desert doing his pose to like what was it? Da Vinci's Vitruvian Man.
Yeah. Link. Homeopathy is not quackery. I've studied and used it very successfully. I'm a registered nurse and was skeptical, but it resolved issues MDs couldn't. My first homeopath was also an MD and knew what it was to use homeopathy versus allopathy. You're wrong, Matt. India and UK and Central America use it extensively. There are naysayers and quack fighters that promote your view. There are plenty of scientific resources. Please get educated.
I don't believe you, but that's one perspective. And if more perspectives like that come in, maybe I'll reassess my position. But that's not enough for me to make me do it.
Raw from Dedham. Blue balls are for weak men. Tan balls are for real men. Michael from Bavaria. Testicular skin cancer will be the new right-wing trend. Slappy Dubs. Strange that the white supremacist like Tucker Carlson is interested in darkening his nutsack. Josh from Tucson. Oh wait, look, he runs a CrossFit gym. Call Marjorie Taylor Greene. Yeah, CrossFit's like a fascist pipeline.
It really is like. It's like it is. I mean, it's not quite as developed, maybe, but like it's preying on the same sort of loss of meaning.
Yeah,
like that sort of thing.
Right. Here's a community.
Like the way the Nazis used to have like here's communal workout time or something like that. Like yeah, they're not as close to where Barstool is in terms of making it a pipeline, but soon enough.